So I wanted to make a video today to address something I've been seeing quite a bit lately on social media, and that's people saying that you can't balance hormones, and that anyone who says that you can balance hormones, you should run in the opposite direction. And as a practitioner who specializes in women's health and hormones, I have some thoughts about this. So, yes, there's lots of crazy stuff on the internet, right? And there's lots of crazy claims, but you can balance your hormones. That is a thing. So, I think the argument that those people are making is that for women, our hormones are always fluctuating throughout the month, right? This is true. If you're in your reproductive years and you have a menstrual cycle, your hormones are not going to be the same all month long. So, starting with your period, that's day one of your cycle, estrogen levels are going to start to rise, right? And they're going to come to a peak during ovulation, which is about 2 weeks after that, somewhere around day 14, right? During ovulation, our levels of testosterone also rise and come to a peak around that period. Then they all start to decline, and then in the back half of your cycle, your other main female sex hormone, progesterone, starts to rise and comes to a peak the week prior to your cycle. And this is the cycle that every woman goes through, right? Every month. And so, yes, your hormones are not always static, but being in balance doesn't mean that something is static, right? It just means it's in equilibrium. It's doing what it's supposed to be. It's in the range that we expect it to be at the time of the month that we expect it to be, right? So as someone who runs, like, one of the main things I do in my practice is run Dutch hormone tests. Now, you don't measure your hormones at any time of the month. There's a very specific window. Now, if you've already gone through menopause or if you don't have a cycle, then you can measure it at any time of the month. But if you're a cycling woman and you have a period, there's a very specific window of the month that you're going to measure your hormones. And that is in the back half of your cycle. It's about 5 to 7 days after ovulation and 5 to 7 days before your period. It's like day 19 to 22 on the average 28-day cycle. That's the very specific window that you're going to measure your hormones. And we know what ranges we expect to see estrogen during that range, testosterone during that range, progesterone during that range, right? And so another main thing that I do when I measure hormones is I calculate the ratio between estrogen and progesterone, because those two main female sex hormones balance each other, right? And so they are supposed to be balanced. So I just wanted to rant for a minute, because when I see people who aren't necessarily specialized in hormones, especially men, I don't know, I mean, not like men can't know anything about women's bodies, but I just heard this, I saw this man, this fitness guy saying oh, if someone is saying they balance hormones, you can't balance hormones, literally run in the other direction. I'm like, okay, there's probably someone out there claiming that they can balance hormones with their detox tea and it really doesn't. But yes, you can balance your hormones. Your hormones should be in balance, and just because our hormones are in a state of, just because they're cyclical, does not mean that they can't be in balance and they can't be in proper ratio with each other. We just need to know what time of the month we're measuring them so we can track accordingly, because those cycles that we go through, they're the exact same every single month. Estrogen rises the same way at the same times every month. Testosterone rises the same way and dips the same way every single month. Progesterone does the same every single month. So balance does not mean static. It means balanced. And yes, you can absolutely balance your hormones. So testing is a great way to know, are your hormones out of whack? And then if they are, then we can absolutely take measures to rebalance them naturally. And we can use supplements, if you're in the right age range, or we can use bioidentical hormones. I do that as well for my ladies who are in perimenopause or menopause. We do lifestyle, nutrition, cycle syncing with fitness. There's so many wonderful ways to get your hormones back in balance.